Good afternoon, butt kickers. It's July 29, the 210th day of 2011, which means that 44 years ago today, during the fourth day of celebrating its 400th anniversary, the city of Caracas, Venezuela, was hit by an earthquake, leaving approximately 500 dead. The Earth was like, no, you get one-day anniversaries. That's just how things work. 4 days is ridiculous. Enjoy this natural disaster. And you know what? This just confirms my beliefs about the number 400. All these years, people have been worrying about 13, or 23 if you're Jim Carrey, but 400 is just as evil. It's just a big number, so it's out of reach most of the time, but I think it's just as bad, if not worse, than 13 or 23. I mean, think about it. Some people leave the 13th floor out of their buildings, but everyone leaves the 400th floor out of their buildings. People don't even realize that they're subconsciously avoiding that number. And look at The Simpsons. After airing their 400th episode, everyone stopped watching The Simpsons. They're still making episodes, however, so maybe they figure if they break the 500 episode barrier, then people will start watching again. They won't. And I even try and stay away from being with just one other person at a time. I don't know about you, but the 412 bones total is just too close for comfort. And as such, I'm going to stop this program plenty short of the dreaded 400. I think 35 episodes short, as a matter of fact. Well, that was dumb, but seriously, I'd like to know where all this fear of numbers came from. As for triskaidekaphobia, fear of the number 13, there are multiple possible causes. For example, some people believe that Judas, the betrayer of Jesus, was the 13th person to sit down at the Last Supper, even though the Bible doesn't actually say this. Vikings also believed that Loki was the 13th god who killed the 13th man in every 13th funeral, or some junk like that. Point is, fear of the number 13 is based off of sheer BS. It's almost like people wanted something to fear, as if there was some sort of basic need in the human consciousness to fear something. It just so happened that the people of old were so uncreative they could only think of fearing a number. Well, if numbers really do carry evil within themselves as ideas, I think that any mathematical property applied to that number should also be applied to that evil. For example, 26 should be twice as evil as 13, and numbers like 169 or 2197 should be so outlandishly evil, my life should be snuffed out just this instant for even mentioning them. Similarly, 6.5 should be half as evil as 13, negative 13 should stand for pure good, and 13 over 0 should signify that evil is impossible. And it's not just 13, some cultures fear 4, 14, 17, and 39, although that last one's not that surprising considering it's just 3 times as evil as 13. I mean, just look at these elevator buttons. This is a real elevator in a Shanghai apartment complex. There's not 13, 14, or 4, but I think they missed a few. First of all, they need to get rid of all multiples of 4. And 2 is half as evil as 4, and that's still pretty evil, so goodbye 2. And by that right, all multiples of 2 should go as well. So long, even numbers. And really, 13 plus 2 and 13 minus 2 need to go, as well as 13 minus 4 and 13 minus 4 minus 2. And frankly, I've always had a bad feeling about 5 and 3, so they should probably go. And you know what? You can make every one of those numbers with enough ones, so that's gotta go. So that means -1 is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. Oh wait, that's a Three Dog Night song, and we all know how I feel about 3. Never mind.
Until tomorrow, he's Griff, and he's still talking.